What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver. Go figure. More specifically, I wanted to talk about whether or not I believe we're going through a silver shortage or if I believe one is coming in the very near future. Going to be answering a subscriber's question related to that, along with a list of other questions as well. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. You have 24 hours left to capitalize on this. If you refer 2 friends to the app by the end of the month, they're going to give you a free share of either Starbucks, Apple, or Google. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Sunday, May 15th, 2022. Believe it or not, as I'm filming the video, it's still Monday the 9th, 2022, which means I have no idea what the spot price is going to be by the time the video comes out. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. So today, I wanted to run through a short list of questions asked by a couple of viewers over the last couple of days. I screenshot them. I will be putting them up on screen, and we're going to be running through them. If you want to be part of next week's Q&A or a future Q&A video, head on down to the comments and ask away anything related to the channel, whether it be about silver, gold, personal finance, or prepping, really anything that would make sense. Feel free to ask away. And of course, by the time the video is over, if you would like to extend on any of the answers that I'm providing in the video, you're more than welcome to do so as well. So without any further ado, let's jump into these questions. The first one is coming from Hockey Plays, and the question is, thanks for the videos. Gotta ask, are you figuring the full weight of your 90% silver in your calculations, or are you using the actual silver content? Good question. Thanks for asking. When I talk about 90% junk constitutional silver, more specifically the weight of it, I'm talking about the weight of the actual silver. I'm not talking about the weight of the coin. I'm talking about the weight of 90% of the coin. For example, when it comes to the 90% silver dime, or in this case, a mercury dime, I refer to it as a 1/14 of a troy ounce piece of silver. AKA, if you want to work your way up to a full troy ounce of silver worth of mercury dimes, go and get yourself 13 more of these. It takes 14 to equal, or roughly equal, a troy ounce of silver. When it comes to 90% silver quarters, like the Washington quarter right here, I refer to this as a 1/6 of a troy ounce silver coin. So if you want a full troy ounce of silver, go and get 5 more, because it takes roughly 6 quarters to equate to a troy ounce of silver. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, we have the 90% half dollar. More specifically, 90% Franklin half dollar. Arguably my favorite. This one I refer to as a 1/3 of a troy ounce silver coin. If you want a full troy ounce, go and get yourself 2 more, because it takes about 3 90% half dollars to equate to a troy ounce. And by the way, bonus coin, which I don't even have on hand, but if you have a 40% silver half dollar, takes about 7. So if you want to break a troy ounce of silver, you would need roughly 7 40% half dollars, the same way you would need 3 90% half dollars, or 6 90% quarters, or 14 90% dimes. That's how I calculate it. That's how I go about doing it. I am not talking about the weight of the coin. I'm talking about the weight of the silver within the coin. I understand that 10% of the coin is not silver. I'm talking about the weight of the silver. That's just my way of going about doing things. My favorite thing about 90% junk constitutional silver, by the way, is the fact that they were made in America. Kind of like myself, and kind of like the latest VIP Club vlog is all about. It talks about made in America, and it's actually a really powerful video, so you're probably going to want to go and watch that. I post these kind of vlogs every Saturday morning, which means I just posted this one yesterday, so go and check that out. VIP Club link in the description for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, vlogs, and a whole lot more. Next question we have is coming from TNT cycles. And the question is, if you're afraid your water supply will be gone next year and the grocer adds a 50% surcharge on bottles of water, are you being ripped off? The answer to both questions is yes. So the question that I put out there was, if somebody voluntarily pays a $15 premium on each individual troy ounce of silver, I think 15 was the number, whatever it was, a crazy premium. If somebody voluntarily pays that premium at the local coin shop, are they being ripped off? There's no right or wrong answer. I just asked the question. I was wondering what everybody else thought. My answer to the question was, not really. It's definitely way higher than it needs to be, but at the same time, we can't really confirm or deny whether it's a ripoff because we don't even know what the coin shop paid for it. Maybe the coin shop paid $13, $14, $15 over spot and they're just trying to get their currency back. Who knows? But my answer to the question was, if somebody voluntarily pays that kind of a premium, I don't necessarily think it's a ripoff, because guess what? You can just drive on over to a different coin shop and see if they have lower premiums. You can shop on eBay or any of these online precious metal dealing websites and see if they have lower premiums. If you voluntarily fork over X amount of cash, that's your decision. That was your own conscious effort. So I personally don't think it's inherently a ripoff necessarily, but I will say this in response to the question that I was just asked about water bottles. I don't really believe that it's fair to compare silver to bottles of water. One is an absolute necessity, or not bottles of water, but water in general is a necessity to survive. Coins, not really the case. And I also want to put this out there. If the local grocer did do a 50% surcharge on bottles of water, you're claiming that it's a ripoff. I would say that's not a ripoff either, because guess what? You could purify your own water. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 years. I haven't purchased a bottle of water in 3 years. They could put 150% surcharge on bottles of water. I don't care. Doesn't make a bit of a difference to me, because I could take my purifier outside and fill it up with rainwater if I absolutely needed to. This thing will clean, filter, and purify water. So the answer to both questions you claim is yes. The answer to both questions, I claim no. Next question we have is coming from Tom. And the question is, why has gold and silver been in the same place for 10 years? Good question. Thanks for asking. It has not been in the same place for 10 years, though. I was not stacking 10 years ago. Of course, I've looked at the charts. I've looked at the 5-year, the 10-year. I've looked at 50-year. I've gone back so far, but I've personally only been stacking for about 4.5 years. So let's just round that up to 5. Silver has not been in the same place for the last 10 years, and it has not been in the same place for the last 5 years, which is how long I've been stacking for. Almost. When I got started stacking, this was the tail end of 2017. Spot price at the time was $17 and I think 2 cents or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what the spot price was the very first time I went and picked up myself a little piece of silver at my local coin shop. $17 and change, premium excluded. Of course, during my entire first year, aka the whole year of 2018, spot price had gone from that $17 mark down to $16, down to $15, down to $14, and then it went down to $13 and change. That was over the course of 2018, and then in 2019 it started climbing back up a little bit. It went from that $13, $14 mark to $15, $16, $17, $18. I'm pretty sure it was 2019 when it had climbed up to the $19 range. I don't exactly remember off the top of my head, but then in 2020, more specifically, March of 2020, when everything got absolutely slaughtered, silver was in the $18, $19 range, and it just got hammered out of nowhere. It went from $18, $19 down to $11.90 in the blink of an eye, and it climbed back up relatively quick. It went back down to, just below $12, and then it just worked its way back up to where it was prior to when it fell. And then after that, after it got back to where it left off at $18, $19, it crossed over the $20 mark for the first time in several years, and then it went up to $21, $22, $24, $26, $28. It touched $30 for a very split second, and then it came back down, sat at $28, $29 for a little while, then it came down a little bit, and we've seen a little bit of a decline, and now it's in the low to mid 20s. Again, I'm filming this video like 6 days in advance, so I don't know what the spot price is as I'm posting the video, but for me, it's about $22, give or take. So in conclusion, silver has not been in the same place for the last 10 years. It's definitely not been in the same place for the last 5 years. If it were in the same place for the last 5 to 10 years, it would have just been moving sideways the entire time. Silver's been up, silver's been down, and you want to know what else has been up and down over the last 5, or should I say 10 years due to the question? The economy. We have gone through so many rough patches. We've gone through good times, we've gone through bad times, and typically, not always, but typically, silver and also gold, they tend to do the opposite of what the economy is doing. When we're going through good times, when the economy is strong, when the country is thriving, silver and gold usually don't do so hot because a lot of people don't look at the precious metals as absolutely necessary for the time being. A lot of people turn to the silver or turn to the gold during rocky times when it comes to the economy. So when we're going through good times, the precious metals aren't so attractive. So when everything else is on the rise, that's usually when we see silver and gold move in a downward direction. And the opposite is true as well. When silver and gold are on the rise, when silver and gold are being explosive, we can usually take a look at the economy and see that we are in absolute shambles. Again, it's not always, but that's typically the way that it is. And over the course of 5 or 10 years, we've gone through crazy ups and downs. We've had wild swings in both directions when it comes to the economy, when it comes to the stock market, when it comes to absolutely everything. And the same is true for the silver and the gold. And you can also ask yourself the question, since silver and gold tend to do the opposite of what the economy is doing, has the economy been relatively stagnant for the last 10 years? Have we done anything absolutely revolutionary? Have we gone in crazy direction? Sure, we've seen economic growth. We've also seen economic retraction. But starting from about 10 years ago and comparing then to right now, present day, would it be fair to say that the economy is a lot different than where it was 5 to 10 years ago? That's a question you got to ask yourself. But moving away from that, let's move on to the next question. Next question we have here is coming from Mykie DYDSS2, and the question is, how much longer do I have to get my free share of Starbucks, Apple, or Google? Fantastic question. Thank you for asking. For those of you who are also wondering the same question, let me offer a friendly little reminder to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2. They bumped it up to 5 for the next 24 hours. May 16th is when this promo comes to an end. It's currently the 15th as I'm posting this video, which means you have 1 day left to go and get your 5 free stocks. Capitalize on that while you can. Deposit any amount. It could be as little as a penny. It still works. You still get your free stocks. But when it comes to the Starbucks, Apple, or Google thing, you have the rest of the month. You have until the 31st of May to capitalize on this opportunity. All you got to do is refer 2 friends to the app. You have 2 weeks and 2 days left to refer 2 friends. Just click the little invite button, send it to 2 people that you know. It's quite literally that simple. And upon doing so, Webull's going to give you a random free share of either Starbucks, Apple, or Google. Again, I'm filming this video like 6 days in advance, so I don't know what the share price is going to be, but roughly right now, Starbucks is about $74, $75 a share. You might win one of those. Apple is roughly $155 a share. You might win one of those. And Google is roughly $2,300 per share. It's completely random. You get what you get and you don't get upset, but you win no matter what because you're going to get something regardless. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. You have 1 day left for one of the promos and you have a little over 2 weeks left for the other. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free, and then just sell them. Congratulations, now you have the cash to go and get you some silver, if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. But now moving away from that, let's move on over to the next question, which just so happens to be the final question of the night. And the question is coming from Maxwell. And the question is, in reference to other comments of high premium, does the high premium indicate a silver shortage in spite of lowering spot price? Good question. Thanks for asking. It could, depending on what's going on in the world, that could potentially be an indication of that. I personally do not believe so, because I know that the mines are open. I know that plenty of silver is being mined. There's plenty of silver still underground that has yet to be dug up. We're still mining it right now. We're still minting coins right now. We're still distributing coins all over the place. All different countries, all different mints all over the planet are still producing coins, and all the private mints, they're still producing rounds and bars. There's not a silver shortage, and you can just go on over to any of these online precious metal dealing websites, which, by the way, I don't necessarily recommend. I personally recommend the local coin shop, but if you take a look at the online precious metal dealing websites, just for reference, you can see in stock, in stock, in stock, in stock, in stock. I'm pretty sure if there was a silver shortage going on, things would be running out relatively quickly. And even if you do go to the local coin shop, which is much more in a bubble than looking at the big online precious metal dealing websites that have customers all over the planet, if you go to the local coin shop, you'll see their shelves aren't empty either. Now, like I said, you can always go to the online precious metal dealing websites to check prices and availability, but I think the best way of going about getting silver is to visit your local coin shop, support small businesses, shop local, hashtag support your LCS. If you don't want anybody knowing what LCS stands for, let them know that it stands for locally canned soup, and then just walk away. Let them figure it out. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Those t-shirts and hoodies are available, along with a bunch of others, and many of which are raising some funds and awareness for different charity organizations. So, I personally don't think, when it comes to coins, rounds, and bars having higher premiums right now, I don't necessarily think that that's an indication of a silver shortage. However, 2 years ago, or like 2 years and 2 or 3 months ago, however long it's been, there was a lot of talks about a silver shortage. I remember some of the more reputable precious metal YouTube channels were even referring to it as a silver shortage, which wasn't true. That was a lie. It was either a lie or it was just being incorrect. I'm not going to accuse them of lying, but some people were, and a lot of people were just wrong. There wasn't a silver shortage. There was a shortage of silver being mined. There's plenty of silver. The problem was the mines were shut down, just like a lot of other different types of industries and businesses and companies and corporations were shut down due to what was going on in the first quarter of 2020. We couldn't mine silver, and if we weren't mining the silver, then we couldn't mint the silver, then we couldn't have the coins, then we couldn't have the rounds, then we couldn't have the bars. That's why there was such a smaller supply in the year of 2020. It's because of mainly the first 2 quarters, the first half of 2020. The mines were shut down for a really long time. Coincidentally, the demand was going up as well. But it's not just because of premiums that indicate whether or not there's a silver shortage or whatever. You got to remember, there's the global silver demand. And the coins, rounds, and bars, the stacking demand is just one small part of that. When it comes to the spot price of silver, or the spot price of gold, or the premiums on silver, premiums on gold, you got to remember, there's an entire list of ways that the precious metals are used in all these different industries. And on that list, everything on the list has its own separate list of all the different ways it's used in that particular industry. I say it all the time, or I haven't said it in a while actually, but silver is the greatest conductor of both heat and electricity. It's used in batteries, it's used in cars, it's used in medicine, it's used in photography, it's used in solar panels, it's used in jewelry, same with gold. They're very, very, very versatile metals. And all of these industries, they're still manufacturing, they're still doing their thing, they're still using silver for however they need to use it. I personally don't think there's any indication of a silver shortage. I don't think we would get to that point for a very, very, very long time. But those are just some of my thoughts. Those are my answers to the questions that I was asked in today's video. If you have any questions for me, if you want to be featured in next week's Q&A or a future Q&A video, head on down to the comments and ask away anything related to the channel. And if you want to bounce off some of my ideas or piggyback off of some of mine or extend on any of my answers, you're more than welcome to do so down in the comments. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and every Saturday morning I post a brand new adventure vlog. I just posted one yesterday, and this was a really interesting one. You're definitely going to want to go and watch that. And there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. That's all you got to do. You can deposit even as little as a penny and it still works. You still get your free stocks. And normally it's 2 free stocks, but they bumped it up to 5. And the promo ends on the 16th, aka tomorrow. So capitalize on that while you can. You have 24 hours left. And of course, if you refer 2 friends to the app, by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you either a free share of Starbucks worth roughly $74, $75 right now, maybe a free share of Apple worth roughly $155 right now, or potentially a free share of Google worth roughly $2,300 right now. It's completely random, but you're guaranteed at least one of the 3. And by the way, this is from their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. So capitalize on this while you can. Refer 2 friends to the app within the next 2 weeks and 2 days, and you're going to get either a free share of Starbucks, Apple, or Google. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver or even some gold if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to any of the questions that I answered, maybe something regarding 90%, maybe something regarding comparing water bottles to silver coins, maybe something related to the spot price of silver or gold over the last 10 years, maybe something about Starbucks, Apple, or Google stock, or maybe even something related to the shortage of silver. What are your thoughts on the answers that I gave? These are just my thoughts, my opinions. I'd like to know yours. And of course, if you have any questions for me and you want to be featured in a future Q&A video, head on down in the comments and ask away. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.